Hello and welcome to my video on the 2020 versus 2021 April waves. So for 2020 there are 4 sets being 3 helmets, and then 2021 there are 3 sets being 2 helmets, and they both had one other model. So I will look with 2021 first, very basic wave overview. So there were 3 sets being the Stormtrooper helmet, the Darth Vader helmet, and the Imperial Droid. Their total retail value was £165 or $180, and that is a decent wave. It will come out, I think, on the April 26th. So next is the 2020 wave, and this would cost £230 or $250, and there are 4 sets. So there's TIE Fighter Pilot, the Dio, and the Stormtrooper, and there is also the Boba Fett model. So I'm going to compare them all in, so like 1 versus 1. Because there are 4 of these sets, I will be grouping the TIE Fighter Pilot and the Boba Fett, but I'll also be considering value, so it won't be an unfair comparison. So I'll start off with the 75276 Stormtrooper with 647 pieces. And all these helmets for the 2020 are 40th Empire Strikes Back anniversary set, so I'm not going to take that into consideration, but it is something nice about them. And this is one that's alright, but it's not perfect. It's very studded because the Stormtrooper helmet is very curved, and it's quite hard to do. But they've decided to curve it all, like make it look curved but studded, and it doesn't look perfect. So I don't know what to think about that. It does, some angles look nice, but then the front-on angle is just kind of messed up. It doesn't look great, and I think that's something that Lego should have worked on. Maybe you've edited. I don't think this set's perfect, but I'm not sure how they would have fixed it to make it better. Next we have the Scout Trooper helmet. This set cost $50 or £45, and it's cheaper by £10 and $10. And it's a good set. It's quite good. I like it because it's not studded, but it's partially studded and more so like flat, so it doesn't get like a really bad look. And the way they've done the curves is kind of made them slightly more square, and they've kind of like made some of them triangular, and it just looks a lot nicer instead. They haven't ruined it with those, and I think that's something this set has over it because they've used curved pieces. And I think it's an easier helmet to do, and it's a helmet I prefer, and it's slightly better because it's just easier to do, and they've done it well, even though Stormtrooper helmet could have been improved, but they didn't. So it goes to 2021. So the next one we have the TIE Fighter Pilot with a 75274 and 724 pieces. And I quite like this one. It's not, parts of it are similar. Like the side build and the front grille piece are the same as the Stormtrooper helmet, but the top is so much more improved. It makes it look like a completely different, like the top part just looks so much nicer. The similarities are just not even in comparison, because this one, in my opinion, just looks really good. One of my more favourite ones of these helmets. And it looks really nice front on. Mainly, I think the black works a bit better than the white, because the white's just a lot easier to see the mistakes on. The black you can't really see as much on, and it's just a nicer set. So the next one is the Boba Fett, and this is one that's alright. It is a lot of sand green pieces, so if you ever wanted to get a lot of those, you'd buy this set. And it's 75277 with 625 pieces. And it's pretty good. It does have the only playability with the rangefinder, which is able to move, which is a really nice feature because you can display it either way. And it looks really nice red, and they've used black, even though it would be a darker green, but it still looks really nice. And there is dark green around the back. It is a really nice helmet. They have done it really well. Like all the details there, you've got the yellow stripes, which are like not studs on top, and it's really good. I quite like this helmet. The one criticism is there's like a slight angle. I'm not sure if it's this one. And there's one of them, and it just doesn't, the front part, like with the visor, the bottom layer, so it's 2 studs wide, and the bottom one doesn't look as great, and it just doesn't look right in that angle. So next, against those two, and I will be considering value, so those two are both £55 £60 or $60, whereas this one is £65 or $70. So it's £10 more and $10 more. And it's bigger because it has 834 pieces and it's 75304. And it is bigger, but is it better? I don't think so. The neck is where I really don't like this set. It just ruins it for me. Because the helmet's fine, and then once you get to the neck, it's on a stand, so it doesn't need a neck. But that's just like criticism of it. And it is good. I like the eye part is probably the best in my opinion. And the back, like the flaps and all, they're all studded, but they're like the easier part of the set. The eye part is the part that I think they've done really well. The bit below that is alright, but it's not perfect. So it's not the best set ever, but it's not the worst. It could have been better. I think if they'd removed the neck and used those pieces in other places, it would have been a better set. Front on angle is not bad. The black set's the front on angle because of the way they're lit. Parts of them are harder to see. Okay, you have to look at it from different angles to be able to see the full thing. But it is a really nice set. But in comparison, these two are better. The sand green looks really nice. They're similar designs. But I think Lego's learned, so like this one there's a lot more flat pieces, whereas this one they're a lot more studded. But I just prefer it because there's a few main criticisms that these sets don't have that the other one has. They're slightly less accurate, but still it's just personal opinion. So the last comparison is the 75278 Dio with 519 pieces, and this one was £65 or $70, which is pretty expensive. It did come with a Dio minifigure, which I'll talk about in a moment, but it's a nice build. Like, the build itself is alright, and I think it's probably not that far off actual scale because Dio is a fairly small droid. And like the way they've done it with all the tube piping and stuff, and the way it wraps around is nice. It is a really nice model. And the build is great. The value, less or so. It's a few, like 500 pieces for $70 is not brilliant. Some of the pieces are quite big, and I'm guessing the tubing parts are more expensive to make. But it's not perfect. The Dio minifigure that it comes with isn't bad. And like it's an alright minifigure, and then this angle, the head is posable, like there's a posable neck and head, which is good, but it doesn't disconnect from the sand thing it's stuck to, and I think that's a main criticism because you can't like roll it about, it's stuck to that. Admittedly it is a 16 plus set, so it's kind of not intended for a kid, so it's not bad, but it could have been better. So the Imperial probe has 683 pieces in 75306. And it is only £60 or $60. And it is way more pieces. It is better value. Is it a better set? I think so, because they've done it in grey for the first time. Lego has done it in grey, and I'm quite surprised about that. They normally do them in black and they don't look as great, but I really like it in grey. And the plaque is snow on it, and the big connects to it is snowed, and Lego has never done that before. It is like a new... It's a very, like, different set. Normally they have black stand, normally the Pro Droid's in black, but they've changed it and it looks really nice. It is a really good set. I do think that it is the better of the two, meaning 2021 wins by 2 points to 1. Do hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please consider subscribing. See you in the next one.